Hello everybody, welcome back to the PlayStation Nation Marathon. We have Ratchet and Clank. Like I've said a few times in this marathon, it's not a PlayStation marathon without said game. So this Ratchet and Clank classic PlayStation game by marathonman, and commentating is the Saj Bean. I feel like we've had this before. I'm getting enough of me rambling on. Let it over to the guys.
All right, thank you. All right, what's up, everyone?
What up?
Marathonman, running good old Ratchet and Clank 2.
Yeah, go first.
Well, you introduce yourself first.
He already introduced himself. I seen it. Love it. I love seeing. I love just all of this. This is perfect.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm gonna spam the no IMG emote. I'll explain the no IMG emote in just a sec, but I'll also introduce myself, Saj Bean. You may remember this epic duo from the epic God of War 2 run earlier. And now, hell yeah! And now we're playing another sequel in another beloved PlayStation series. So before we get started, I'm gonna explain what that dog is that you see on screen. This dog, I had originally found it with the caption, "My patience has ran thin." And I was doing attempts of this category one day, and I was getting kind of frustrated. Major skill issue on my part. And I decided, as a way of like kind of letting out that frustration, I uploaded that emote, that picture of that dog to FFZ and 7TV, and I called it No IMG. And ever since, like, a bunch of my friends have yeah, they fucking love it. It's kind of the mascot for the category now.
All right, now that we've explained this very crucial bit of lore, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna load this file, and we're gonna see a bunch of planet transitions. I will count you down from the only one that is important, from 4, and then after 4, we can go ahead and start time. All right. One screen, we got 2 screens. 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'll take over because Aranos 1 is a epic planet and intense. So, Ratchet 2, 3, and Deadlocked are mostly built around usage of the charge boots. Very simple to use. You just mash R1 twice. But if you combine that with like other weapons, you get to maintain speed in like multiple ways. You can do movement out of it. But we're not going to explain every bit of movement tech because we'll be here forever. We have entire guides for that. Oh, already messing up here. It's fine. Yeah, Aranos 1 it's a fella, all right.
We've talked about this earlier during the God of War run. Uh-oh. Okay, I would never crash the game. Don't worry, guys. I would never. I'd literally never. See, I told you.
I'm here twice.
The shield is very finicky on this first planet, so you know that wasn't scary at all. Don't worry. No heart attacks were made during the course of this no IMG speedrun.
Ratchet 2 is prone to crashing. I think it might be one of the most like hard luck heavy games in the series. And that was one way of doing it. If you're too slow, the game just says skill issue and crashes.
No, literally.
Yeah. Okay, here we got Uzla. This planet is very cool. You are mostly out of bounds for like the first half, and then the second half you're inside this the corpse store with some very quirky music. Let's let him do this. So in Ratchet and Clank 2, well, this started in Ratchet 1, but they obviously tried building upon it in Ratchet 2. There are these ship levels. You control this ship right here, and you fight some enemies. You won't be seeing that right now. Sorry. If you like those, this might not be for you. A runner named Pentali discovered a way of selecting the next planet by using triangle and either the up or down input, depending on where you're coming from, to select the next planet. Tiny bit faster than X, but it's a lot harder to actually get it to work. And, a runner, Vol, was doing runs one day, and They used this method and found out that you can just skip Whoopash. The game thinks that you're supposed to be on Maktar because you press triangle, so obviously you don't want to leave any planet. There's like a tiny window of time where you can just take advantage of that. So yeah, that's how we skip Whoopash entirely. It's like the greatest thing ever found.
That saves like almost 40 seconds in this category, but in every other category, Whoopash is required at the start, so it literally saves like. And in the non-NG plus categories, you don't have like the crazy OP nuke and everything, so it literally saves like a minute and a half or something. One of several Christmas wish list, bucket list, all that fun stuff. Strats for Ratchet 2.
Yeah, I guess we gotta get this one out of the way. He's playing on the PS2 version, more specifically the North American Black Label version. For the longest time, this was like the only version anyone ever ran on, and if you wanted to play anything else, you were kind of screwed. Because most versions of the game have the movement tech that you're seeing, like it doesn't work or has to be done differently. And in the PAL PS2 versions, you just have very bad distance with the charge boots, very bad speed. Then recently we found out that, like always, loads make a massive difference. And the PS3 version was actually faster, but some people didn't want to swap over, so we just did a board split. Oh, you're seeing the PS2 version. It's a little bit faster. The times are the times for like both NG Plus categories are roughly like half a minute faster for both, I think. Oh yeah, we should change the game.
Now, a real one wouldn't let this one go on a live broadcast, but I will. That's some of the best improv I've ever done. I definitely did not forget which note I was going to. Don't worry. Don't worry. I played this game once or twice.
Do you want to do the J Hobbs or should I do it?
We'll save that for the next planet.
Yeah, okay.
Next planet's probably the biggest example of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, fun fact, we were talking about this, Sajbean and I, a couple days ago. So there's this very interesting thing in, if you're wondering what the J-Hobbs is, with all the Ratchet games where they kind of just made all their maps in giant circles, so the ending is always at the beginning somewhere. But that's not really the case in Ratchet 2. We were counting in this category, no IMG, there's only 2 real planets where the ending is literally like right at the beginning. Everything else has like a teleporter or a taxi or something.
Yeah, it's called the J Hobbs because the name J Hobbs like.
It's a very infamous J Hobbs quote from an SGDQ run a bunch of years ago.
He went on a whole ramble about how Nivalis works that way, and it's just a staple that every time you do a marathon run, you gotta explain that.
Yeah, we're at a point now where runners can literally like recite that monologue word for word, which is amazing.
Yeah. Earlier, I mentioned that most versions of the game like patch the movement tech. Sorry, I'm like saying a billion things. You're actually about to see one of those things that isn't possible on any version besides this one and the PAL PS2 versions. But like I said, shit, charge boot speed makes it like not matter. Oh, that was tactical. That was tactical, by the way.
Yeah.
He needed some suspense. This right here, the whip jump. Originally discovered in Ratchet 3, the plasma whip, hence the name. Some runners were like, yo, Ratchet 2 and 3 control the same. Why not like see what works and what doesn't work? This game's movement tech was pretty much like all discovered by a Japanese runner named Silence. Just been running in isolation, and some guy called Nuke. Shut. Nah, just kidding. Appreciate you, Vol. But Silence had discovered like a lot of movement tech, and a runner named Nuka found his Ratchet
End of the
3
planet, by the way.
Oh yeah, end of the planet. So when this was all discovered, like I said, we tried figuring out what works in this game and what doesn't.
Yeah, the whip jump is super OP in this game because you can do it with the wrench, which means you don't have to worry about swapping weapons a bunch. All right, we gotta talk about Barlow. It's time. It's time. Shout out Robo.
Shout out to the person who outdated my tutorial before I ever uploaded it.
All right, so we're in a car. This is a race. Y'all saw the Gran Turismo 2, right? Run earlier, right? Of course you did. Okay. Well, we're not going to be racing in this. That's already being rude.
This is frame perfect, by the way, and you got to do it 3 times. So, have fun. Sag Bean, I don't understand.
I
how
really
this
thought.
All right, fine. You I don't know. You manipulate checkpoints, I guess, and the game's like, yeah, you did everything correctly. I don't actually know how this works.
That's not even that bad. All right.
Nice. Let's go. Let's go.
I most certainly was not stressed out about that. By the way, I learned that like a week ago. By the way, that was found like 2 months ago. And well, a lot of people made friends with Rack 2 after that one.
I always memed on my friend Robo in chat for finding it because at the time that it was found, I was making a tutorial for this category on the PS3 version, and I'd already done the segment for Barlow, and then Robo just found that, and we weren't sure how to like get it consistently, so I said screw it and uploaded it. This planet right here used to be the worst planet in the run, and now it's like the easiest.
I'm sorry, Sippy. I'm sorry. That was for Sippy and no one else. That was we always joke about this too. So that used to be the only frame perfect trick in the run that was required. But then we found a infinitely more consistent method that loses like 1 second. Shout out Miggle and Mantodia.
Yeah. Now instead of 1 frame perfect trick, we have like several, thanks to Fear, implementing mid-air charges everywhere.
Yeah, now they're everywhere. They're multiplying.
Here's no tack. This planet is swag. It's beautiful. It's also very painful and difficult to do. So let's let the gameplay speak for itself. Not done yet.
Oh my god, that's being
Tactical.
rude. Tactical, yeah.
Yeah.
This
From now
proxy's
on-
actually really finicky. And I'm purposefully trying to avoid getting a checkpoint on the other side of this bridge. Okay. Alright. And I'll tell you why. Because normally there's some backtrack you do. No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to let this fish have his way with me. And yeah, it's crazy. We're back at the ship. That's crazy.
Gonna lie, seeing all those decoys was a bit.
I know. I'm running out of space.
Dude, that looked like an album cover, bro. All right, Snow Planet. Oh, the #1 rule of Ratchet and Clank speedrunning: the Snow Planet always sucks. Ours sucks. Quark's hideout sucks. Hoven really sucks. Furious sucks.
Yeah, Hoven is infamous for how many runs it's killed. Shout out the Rixer.
Yeah.
Who made a 30-minute video on how bad it is. And I may or may not make a cameo in it.
Also make a cameo with the greatest Discord username ever. I'm not gonna say what it is. I don't want to spoil the surprise. Hoven is not that bad. It's mostly like the other planets where it's stuff that's like out of your control, or the devs just like not designing the level very well. If you mess up on Siberius, it's usually kind of a skill issue. I'm gonna be real. I hate admitting it too, but you basically go out of bounds to skip this like segment where you are on a quote unquote train, except it's not really a train, and it's swag, but it's also difficult to learn and do it optimally.
That whip jump at the end is also really dangerous because if you don't land, there's no saving it, and you go back to the very start and have to do the whole planet over again. And yeah, I learned that one the hard way, 1 or 100 times.
That gives a whole new meaning to the end being at the beginning. So if you show up at the beginning, the run has ended.
So this is one of my favorite planets in the run. It just has, which I would never mess up on, of course. It just has so much cool movement, and I think honestly it's a great showcase of what the charge boots are capable of in no IMG as a category.
I like that little bit of text that says that your wrench has been upgraded again. A little meta joke about challenge mode. Oh yeah, I guess we never explained what the category name means. We just
I
explained
was
the
gonna say we explained the dog, and that's the important part of the lore. Oh, real quick at the end, normally like in the story, the ship breaks and you have to pay some crazy dude. You have to give him like 10 crystals, and he'll fix your ship and tell you it was magic or whatever. But I don't got time for any of that. That's really slow. So I'm just gonna go to shortcuts and go back to the race. And
The
for some
shortcuts-
reason, when you exit the race, your ship is there just fine. So yeah, some magic, dude. Okay.
the shortcuts menu is actually like part of the No IMG name. One of those shortcuts is to the secret level, the Insomniac Museum. It's like a level where they show all the stuff that didn't make it into the game. And you can use that shortcut at the start of Aranos, and it'll take you all the way to Bolden, and nothing will break. Like nothing will like soft lock you. And so you just skip like 2/3 of the game. They tried patching it on every other version that isn't North American Black Label, but every time you can just cheese it by like taking a death inside the museum. It's one of those things you can just do on any version. It's just a little different. You're gonna see the other infamous, like most iconic glitch in Ratchet 2, the first person mode.
Yeah, this used to be like the big thing with this game that was like so unique about it compared to the other games.
Yeah. This was actually known by the devs. They found out about it and they thought, "Oh, that's super cool. We'll make it an NG Plus only thing. If you go into first person mode, you double jump and then you just spam square. You can just climb up walls. And it's one of those that works on every version of the game, and it doesn't even have like differences in between versions. So they just never attempted to patch it. Like I said in my God of War 2 run, the devs of these PlayStation games are super supportive. In Insomniac's case, they've left in glitches for us, like I said before. They patched out a glitch in Ratchet PS4, then put it back in when we requested it. They have a speedrunner mode in Rift Apart. They've like advertised GDQ runs for us. They had Zem go over and run the OG trilogy. You know, just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, big shout out to Insomniac.
Yeah.
Shout out Jesse, wherever Jesse is.
Shout out Aaron.
Shout
He's
out
also
Aaron. All right, more ship levels. Yeah, yeah, okay. That was fun. Anyways, moving on.
favorite thing about this ship level is that if you play in Spanish, I don't know if this applies to PS2, the text that says Haruga's Cloud is white for some reason.
Wait, really? I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
And also Planet Bolden's called Otwalk, which is a name in the beta
Wha-
build. All right,
Huh.
here's Tando. This planet's cool.
Yo, it's Tando time? Yeah, this
Yeah.
is another good showcase of the charge boots and how crazy they are.
The name Tando comes from like an old glitch video, and it just stuck. That's really it. This next planet is where the short NG Plus run begins. Planet Bolden. Very
Yeah,
tricky
so-
if you're starting out. You go ahead.
Literally from the very start of the run, you can go up to Insomniac Museum and immediately leave on this version, and this is where you go. So every planet you just saw, you completely skip.
All right, here we go. Make us proud. Make the Bolden lovers proud. This you're gonna see like a clip inside that giant dome to the left. That's one of the major differences between the PS2 and PS3 version. This setup that he just did does not work on PS3, but Pentali found another method that does work, and it's arguably more difficult. I don't have much of an issue with it anymore. That's also
like
one of
that's like the ending's almost at the beginning, kind of
Yeah.
a thing.
that clip was one of the
Alright.
things that helped make PS3 faster. All right, you can explain Clank clips.
All right. So, actually, you might notice that the game is indeed called Ratchet and Clank, but Clank is on vacation. He's he's got his wine cooler, and he's hanging at home watching the Birds game. Go Birds. We have not picked up Clank at all. This is his one and only appearance in the entire run.
This game literally copied Ratchet Deadlocked 2 years before it came out. Little fun fact about me, I have a tutorial on how to do Clank clips using the on the PS3 version with if played in 16
That's
by
really
9.
good.
But I don't do them in my runs because I'm just so bad at them. Like I'm so like just, you know, that's a little. That's perfect. Okay, this planet Aranos 2, what he's doing right now, this is like one of the coolest strats in the game, but to actually
love
pull
this
it
strat
off,
so
it's
much.
so painful. Yeah, it's painful because that wall clip, there's many things that can go wrong. If you place the turret even a little bit like off, then you won't go in. You can get knocked out by an enemy, etc.
Which is always like, yeah, that one's leaves a sour feeling in the mouth. Ain't no way. Oh my god. Okay. And that's why you don't hold strafe when you charge.
Oh, I think I had that happen to me once. It was fun.
You know, I'm not gonna say anything because well, I'm dead and that sucks. The rest of this run's been really good so far. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, okay. With the 51 race, no death on Siberius. That puts me back like a minute.
I guess while we wait, I'm gonna give one quick shout out. A joke that made me laugh yesterday. My friend King DDD was doing runs of Chuya,
Shout out
Ratchet
DDD.
3. Yeah, that's just what we call it. And he ended stream at like midnight. It was like, all right, I gotta be up early so I can watch Sag Bean's marathon run. I wanted to make a joke about like marathon man, and then he said I also have to watch marathon Sag Bean run. So that made me laugh. So, congrats. Right. Final ship level, Gorn. Probably like, it's probably the longest one.
Yeah, the rest either aren't there anymore. They're 30 seconds. This one's 40 seconds, guys. Can you believe it? That's 10 extra seconds. 10
yeah,
extra seconds I don't want to be here during, but you know, that's okay.
Shout out to the Rack 2 max % Gorn grind.
Shout out Emerald.
Shout out 2005.
Shout out 2005.
Oh my god, I'm not explaining that one. Just ask me in chat later what 2005 is.
Y'all gonna have to dig for that one.
It's even dumber than an OMG dog. All right, Snivelak. If you played this game casually, you hate this level.
Oh my god.
The checkpoints suck. There's too many enemies. Multiple helicopters that are out of your range and you can't shoot them. To top it all off, Insomniac in their absolute 300 IQ, Einstein couldn't think of this. Give you a boss fight against a giant robot, and you have to fight it with turrets.
Oh my god.
The turrets do like no damage. Your weapons do no damage. The boss is like 15 minutes long and is one of the most hated parts of the game. Like just nobody likes this level. And yet, it is actually one of the coolest levels in the speedrun. It might be like top 3 for me. A little bit of everything. You got FPM. Well, you don't got proxies anymore. And you have a really funny way.
I can do a proxy for the fans.
Yeah,
You guys
do a
want the proxy or the Instaclip? Which one do you guys want?
proxy for the fans.
For the fans? Alright, I got it.
Yeah.
This is the fans didn't get nuke storage. So the fans can get the proxy. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Now can my number 1 fan, aka this awful boss fight, be nice today? So, as we said, this fight is horrible. And in the speedrun, it's not that bad. I'm gonna pay attention for a second. I have to wait for... Oh, Thanos, please. Thanos was not nice to us today. Okay, I'm gonna try and get the other bridge. That bridge being up is super important because, well, I gotta make sure he's well aware I do not like him as a person. Oh, he's really far away. Oh my god. Okay, no. All right, never mind. Dude, the fans got the proxy and nothing else this round. Okay. Well, now we get to do you know what? I like this strat more anyway. I don't care.
I don't think you can do it on this file.
There we
Wait,
go.
what are you doing? Okay, I don't actually know what the hell he's doing.
Dude, the fans get the proxy twice. All right, so yeah, this fight sucks, and normally, this fight normally casually takes like 10 minutes, by the way, and that's not an exaggeration. You have to jump in. You see the turret I was in for a little bit earlier? You got to jump in like 50 of those, and no, I'm not exaggerating, and you do like no damage. So dumb, honestly.
You
Like,
can skip the trigger?
oh yeah, you just gotta go over it.
Oh my. Whenever like I'd be doing a race.
Being learned.
Whenever I'd be doing a race and I messed up poking, I would just reload the file. Like, I'd make a separate file or something. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
So yeah, fight sucks. I turned him into a sheep. That's the bad thing I was gonna do to him, not the other actual bad thing I was gonna do to him. Don't worry.
I'm gonna shoot the robot in the dick with the hover bomb, and that would have done like a lot of damage.
Yeah. Oh well. That's, you know, that's for the fellas who ran this game in like 2014, 2015, 2016 when no one cared. Everyone was playing Rack 1, everyone was playing Rack 3, and Rack 2 was all alone.
Yeah, funny enough, for like the longest time, I find it like kind of coincidental that both the game I ran earlier and his game, like the least popular for like the longest time for one reason or another. Now both God of War 2 and Ratchet 2 are getting like the love they deserved, or like in a whole new era. Wow.
You know, we're what, 20 minutes in or something? I don't actually have the timer in front of me. We're however long in, and this is the first time that we've seen wrench lock on.
3. This is small. This level's cool because you get to play the whole level backwards.
Yeah.
You use that jump pad, which is supposed to take you to another half of the level, this giant warehouse. But using the charge boots, he makes it go to like another spot of the level. And yeah, he, like I said, he goes backwards. He's on this grind
You're supposed
rail.
to grind down this. Oh my god, that wasn't scary at all. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, you need the backtrack?
Do fans get backtracked today?
Ooh.
Fans will get a first person climb, you know, just, wait, where am I? Okay, maybe they won't. Alright, never mind. Dude. You know what? Shout out the fans. Y'all the real ones.
Yeah, shout out to the fans.
And fun fact, it is weird quirk about this planet. It is actually faster to enter the vendor and then exit the vendor than wait out his walking animation at the start.
OS taught me something that I might have learned, but I forgot that.
Shout out OS.
Yeah. About Ouya. So that's always nice. Alright, this is Grelbin. This planet sucks because of those Yetis. This planet was made in 3 days, because the guy that made it didn't want to work.
Ending is at the beginning, by the way.
Yeah, that too. Those Yetis like suck really bad. You don't have a lot of time to react, and it was so bad that Insomniac made an award to give out to the developer that creates the worst thing in their game. In this game, it's those Yetis, and Ratchet 3 is some missile turrets, and Deadlocked, it's these like green enemies with like blades, you know. They don't do that anymore, but we missed the Snow Beast award. Finally, Yeetle. All right, this
yeah,
part
the last planet.
He starts off out of bounds across these mountains where the geometry that you can stand on is actually not too inaccurate to what you're actually seeing. Then the second half of the level it's always nerve-wracking when you're on pace. It's always like so exciting to see. You get like this
I really thought. Oh, yeah.
I believe.
This clip is so annoying if you miss it. If you're good and get the insta clip, that's good and really fast. And if not, then you gotta fight with the door for a little bit.
Last major trick is climbing up this part of the wall. This can be a bit of a barrier if you're like learning the game. And then he has to do a whip jump. And then, I don't know if he's gonna do a Rhino or hover bomb, but he's gonna take out the Protopet in like 5 seconds.
Oh, we're doing hover bomb, absolutely. We didn't do it on the Sniv boss. All right, time will be in, I don't know, 7 seconds or something. When the boss is dead. Dude, and he gave me this spot. Oh my god, dude. Why every boss a hater? Anyways, the game's over. That was Ratchet 2.
GG. Oh yeah. I said this earlier about my game, and I'm gonna say it for this game. This game, learn to speedrun. This is like,
yeah, please do. Honestly, like I've been saying it all year, but Ratchet 1, Ratchet 2, Ratchet 3, Ratchet Deadlocked, all the future games, Rift Apart. Like there is literally no better time to get into Ratchet speedrunning. There's so many resources out there now and so many people willing to help. Like, please.
There's never been a better time for PlayStation speedruns in general.
Honestly, yeah.
For both this game and God of War 2, you can download save data online, so you don't even have to get all this stuff. If you do end up making a file on your own, you don't even have to 100% the game. You know, there's debug codes on some versions of the game, you know. And we have tutorials now. They're ever so slightly outdated, but not to the point you can't learn. Like, oh yeah, wait, this is a good cutscene.
The fans at least got to get this one.
Quark and Ball Torture. It's like, come on, these are good speed games. Pick them up right now. We have Discords, we have tutorials, we have everything.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I hope everyone enjoyed the run.
Oh wait,
DC blasters for the fans. Oh, actually, this is funny to me. I was gonna mention this during Aranos too, because if you goof that menu, like if you die, so it's muscle memory to go to first person mode, but if you goof it, there's a chance you can literally be suspended in midair, go to random stuff, and then accidentally hit up sheep blasters. And so it's just the thought of like Ratchet being suspended in air, God knows how high up, and just playing sheep blasters. I don't know. That's always really funny to me.
This is actually how we this led to us breaking like the movement in the PS3 version. Emerald thought like this would allow you to still do like identical movement. Found out that you didn't need the minigame, you just needed to pause. That's epic.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.